Hello guys and welcome back to another horrible horrors video. Today I've got a new mic. I sound a bit better. Maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to make my voice sound nicer today. Basically we've got Malicious Compliance on Reddit for you today. It'll be good fun. Have a good one guys. Merry Christmas. Since it is Christmas Day or Christmas Eve depending on when this goes up, the first one we've got for you today, it's just a Christmas themed one. Good fun. Have a good one, guys. We've got a compliance carol from Delhi Compliance today. As we approach that which I and many others rightfully consider the most wonderful time of the year, I am reminded of some past events that might be in line with a sub, and I decided to share the cheer. Obligatory premise is not my first language, so point out my mistakes. Account is an obvious throwaway as the story is unique enough to identify me, and since I dislike spoilers, a TLDR can be found at the bottom. Another important note is that this takes place in late 2020 Northern Australia with no restriction on travel or gatherings existing within the state. This is a story about Christmas and retail which hinges strongly on meticulous compliance, a perfect storm, careful planning, and the importance of asking nicely. It's not malicious at all because I am a good person and it is nothing but sincerity in every word spoken. Let us begin, friends. Our story begins in a small supermarket deli. A new manager, let's call him Bill, has just joined the team, and is slowly getting to know everyone. At one point during an evening shift, we end up talking about me. See, I'm not from around here, I moved a few years ago, and as a result have been quite separated from the family. But I didn't manage to go see everyone at a big Christmas get-together a few years ago. So when he asked me when the last time I saw them was, I related the story, which he met with a healthy dose of surprise, as Christmas is the busiest time of year and every store is pretty much going insane with an all-hands-on-deck type of situation. How did you manage to get Christmas off, he asked. I asked nicely. I responded, which was a true in a way, but mostly worked only because I had very little care for taking public holidays off. Helped around when I could, and called sick maybe once in 3 years. That one is luck and good climate. I was reliable and my old boss liked that, so he was fine with me meeting with family, as a good boss should. Well, good for you, he says, but that's not going to work on me. Oh, Bill, you just wait. In the following couple months, of course, the routine new boss series of events happens. Things get moved, procedures get changed, some things work and some things don't, and among other things, shifts get changed. In particular, I moved from working evenings to mornings, a welcome change in some aspects, but no less so in others. Morning pay less, and since he's not allowed to reduce my pay without reason, I get offered a raise in the form of working more hours, which would make my schedule a bit harder to fit. I offer to take regular long shifts on Monday, Friday, and Saturday. Days which a lot of staff doesn't find attractive and that can be fit easily around. That's a great deal and everyone is happy. Phase 1 is go. Fast forward to late October after a discussion with my wife about our family plans. I approached Bill with a conversation that went somewhere along these lines. Hey Bill, my wife is looking at heading up north with her parents for a bit of a Christmas holiday. So, dramatic shrug, expression that says as if and obligatory request, what are my chances to get 2 weeks off over Christmas to New Year's? Request was met with a laugh and an obvious none, which was as expected, as it was suggested, but I wasn't done. Of course, had a feeling you'd say that, I said, but how about this? I take my birthday off, which is a Monday, that lets me have a short weekend trip so we can go around and celebrate and all, and then we can go to our parents in January after the big weeks, yeah? That gave him pause. It's harder to know a birthday than a 2-week period. When's your birthday? December 21st. Most wonderful time of the year. Plenty of time to sort the schedule? Maybe. I'll look at if I can find someone. As for January, I don't care. If that's not a problem, remind me again next week. It took a couple weeks to sort, as well as some push, because we need to book stuff, but eventually I had my 2 days off, December 21st and January 2nd. Phase 2 was go, with a month to spare. To understand Phase 3, you need a few important pieces of information. When I said that Christmas time is all hands on deck, I meant it. The store tries as hard as possible to wrangle shifts together in order to have the most possible manpower. including extra temp pies if needed, but we're not Americans. We have rights. There are clear guidelines, limits, and conditions to all of this, and shortlisted as follows. Any employee has a right to not work a public holiday. Employees who accept to work during public holidays get paid a very notable extra times 2.5. Employees who stay home on public holiday will receive their regular pay for that shift times 1. Once signed and approved, a day of leave cannot be revoked. Not even an employee can revoke a leave. If you're off, you can't be in. Additional shifts can be offered to employees, but can be refused for any reason or no reason, whether or not they fall within the employee's availabilities. My contract shifts, which my employer must always offer, and which I cannot skip without approved leave, are, as per Phase 1, on Monday, Friday, and Saturday. The local state has a peculiar rule. Whenever a scheduled public holiday falls over a weekend, the following Monday is also declared a public holiday. Finally, as I mentioned earlier, this happens in the year 2020 Australia. The month of November proceeds with little trouble, and I occasionally drop a bit of conversational hints to the fact that I am not looking to hoard public holidays if someone else wants the cash. After all, I'm studying on a full workload, which, while sizable, is actually made of easy topics that I need as prerequisites. When at the end of November we are asked to fill in our availabilities for extra shifts, I return a blank page. It goes in a pile and nobody looks. Phase 3 is a go. 1 week after, while I'm setting up my morning open, I see a small figure marching towards me. Not Bill, instead, it's one of the ladies from invoicing, who just stares at me with the most awestruck grin I have ever seen, and goes, "How the hell did you do it?" With an equally large grin, I ask nicely. Well, friends, it just goes to show that truly, Australia is always going to be the best. We do indeed have rights. That was not a joke. But, that being said, he did play it right. He was smart. He did good. Good job, OP. You did great. This is my first face reveal, by the way. You want us to work on Christmas Eve? Sure, we will work. This is just one more quick little one, just to finish off the video. Another Christmas. December 24th and 31st has always been a non-working day in our country, but just this year, our president announced that it will be a special working holiday, so it is still up to the company if they will have to work on that day or not. When our company announced that we will have a full day of work on the 24th, the employees weren't happy. We didn't have work on that day, even before the oldest employee in the company has started working for the company for 40 plus years already, and most employees already had plans set up for that day. Great job, OP. Even with your entire company, honestly, if they wanted you to work, they should have said so sooner. That just wasn't very fair of them. Good job, guys. Good work. So proud.